Hello, I'm Mr.Clean, welcome back to the channel. Today we're here to talk about vertical shift. Could this be the next gorilla tag? Now, vertical shift. This is a new free-to-play game coming out today on App Lab and on Steam VR, so make sure you go check this out because oh my days, you're going to feel sad if you miss out on this. So why did I mention Gorilla Tag at the beginning? Well, Gorilla Tag took off because of a multitude of reasons. The free-to-play model definitely helps with those types of things. Secondly, I would say is the fun experience that you can have in there, a laugh and a mess around with your mates. Well, I think you find that you're going to find all of that cool stuff in Vertical Shift. I was lucky enough to go on with one of the developers the other night, and man alive, I had an absolute freaking blast. Lovely guy, thank you for taking me around by the way. And I'm going to be showing you some of that footage in just a little bit. We're going to go through the whole of the game footage I've got for this, and then we're going to wrap up with a bit of a summary and an explanation about the things. Before we get into that gameplay though, I am going to show you a few cool things that this does have to offer. It has some pretty epic game modes, which is why I say I think this may take over Gorilla Tag, because you have a lot of fun game modes in this and it's free to play, which I think is just a crazy smart move on their behalf, because it means it's going to get a lot of people in those lobbies. And as I said, you can pick this up on App Lab and Steam VR as of today. So the game modes that we have in this game currently: freeze tag. 2 teams face off in a small map. The goal is to tag everybody on the other team. Tag all the other players and they are frozen in place unless one of your teammates tags you, and then you can unfreeze. The winning team either freezes all the other opponents or has the most tags when the timer runs out. Infection. This dynamic game type starts with one player as it. The player has to tag as many other players as they can. Tagging each player will become it, and then over time, the more players that are tagged, it becomes harder and harder to run away. Hot seat. One player starts with the hot seat. Their goal is to hold it as long as they can. All other players in a match do their best to take the hot seat and hold it for themselves. The player with the most time in the hot seat at the end of the match wins. Racing. In this classic race, well, you're going to be speeding, zipping, flying, and getting your way through each one of those obstacles. And the one to cross the finish line first wins, just like any race, really. Now, before we go into the gameplay, I'm going to show you just a little bit of quest footage. I'm going to zip myself over and put some quest footage here so you can see it. This is the quest stuff. The rest of the gameplay that I captured on this, I captured on my PC side of things, just purely for ease for me, because it's just a little bit easier to do that. But I did want to show you what it looks like on the quest. I have played it on there. Quite honestly, it's virtually indistinguishable between the 2 copies of this. The only difference is probably like just slight crispness of lines and things like that. But honestly, you're not really missing out on much by playing it on Quest or PC. There's not a lot of difference between the 2 copies, which is a good thing. So yeah, honestly, I'm pretty impressed with the whole thing. I mean, as you can see, it's a super cool looking game, and now what we're going to do is jump in to some actual gameplay with me and the developer, and he's taking me out on a big tour, and we have some laughs and have some jokes, and I show you some of the game modes along the way. Hopefully you enjoy this. Stick around till the end, because I want to talk a little bit more about this game and a little bit more in depth, and kind of give it a touch of a review, and let you guys know what you're really in for. Other than that, let's roll some gameplay.
You know, all these game modes are meant to have a few more than 2 people in it, but they'll all work with just the 2 of us.
Cool.
Rule this game mode: one person starts as it, the other person tries to take it from them.
Okay.
And you try to hold it for the longest.
This sounds fun, I like this.
You know, I've played this a little bit.
I was going to say, a little bit of experience.
1 minute remaining. Hot seat is unstoppable.
You hear that? I'm unstoppable.
I feel it. I feel that. You know?
You remember which buttons tag, right?
No. Oh, is it the EMP again?
Yep.
Hot seat has been stolen.
There we go. Now I'm upset. I thought I was going to have to touch it.
Remaining.
Ooh, almost got you.
Hot seat has been stolen.
I thought I had my techniques down there.
10, 9,
You were
8,
slippery for a second.
7, 6, 5.
We can have a rematch after this, since you didn't know the button
3,
for tag.
I
2,
think so, you know.
1.
It's only
Game
fair.
will start in 1 minute. Hot seat has taken the lead.
I see you.
1 minute remaining. Hot seat has been stolen.
trying to go for a fancy dodge. Hit me in the butt.
Hot Seat has taken the lead.
Oh, you cheeky monkey.
Hot Seat has taken the lead. Hot Seat is unstoppable. 30 seconds remaining.
Ooh, little sly steal at the end.
Hot Seat is unstoppable. Hot Seat has taken the lead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5,
Might have found something in my office.
3, 2, 1. Hot Seat has been stolen.
No, you still won that one.
Oh, mate, I put everything into that. I'm not going to lie.
Back on the lasers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, how did I get tagged but you didn't?
I may have practiced this one a little bit when I was testing earlier.
Oh, I see. You were way ahead of me.
That feels good to hear that, you know? I'm not going to lie.
There's got to be a game mode in here for you somewhere.
Don't give me that. Oh, don't screw me over now.
Don't worry, I still got a few tricks up my sleeve.
Oh no, I'm down. What's happening?
I tagged you.
Ah. Okay. The heat is on now. Oh no, I lasered myself.
You better run.
1. Begin.
Oh, punch the lamp.
That makes two of us tonight, so.
You think you're clever hiding up there?
Oh, I do.
Ooh, almost had you.
Not today.
Ran into a building.
You have become infected.
Oh no. Hang on, what?
Yeah, you die if you go too high.
Oh,
GG.
GG.
Alright, there's one more I want to show you.
Go on, then, bro.
This is our premier game mode. I'm saving the best for last. This is freeze tag. Two teams face off. You tag each other to freeze them. If we had other teammates, we could untag our teammates.
Okay.
This is going to be more of a sudden death between us. So the goal is going to be to tag the other guy and then put points on the board. First to 10 points wins.
Cool. I'll see you on the other side.
Yes, you will.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Begin. Red team takes the lead.
Bet you won't follow me up the tunnel.
Foolish thoughts. Oh, I see what your game is. Taunt me in. Freaking Tom and Jerry, be man.
12. On 12. Red team scores.
That was good. All right.
Had you cornered.
Round 13.
You think you're safe up there?
A little bit. I'm under a misillusion.
Man, I had you. Totally blew it. So, you know running out the clock doesn't work when you don't have the lead, right?
I know. I know. I was trying to be super sly.
Round 14.
Alright, come on.
All right.
I want the true experience, the everything. Am I about to die just instantly?
You know where I am.
I do.
Red team takes the lead.
Bugger. Mate, that was fun. I really enjoyed that.
Woo!
So I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, guys. That was a ton of fun to get in and do. I really enjoyed my time in there. Thank you so much to the developers for taking the time to come and spend with me. I can tell you right off the bat, man, the developer I met at least, absolute sound person, and the enthusiasm that came through while we were playing kind of fills me with joy with stuff like that, because honestly you can just tell that they care about their game. You can tell that they want this to work and they want people to enjoy it, and being free to play, they clearly want this game to succeed. Like, it's a great move on their behalf. It's going to get a lot of people in there, it's going to get a lot of attention, and I think that's a really always kind of a key thing that so many games miss out on. You know, it's like a good example of this is Medal of Honor, a £40 game with a fantastic multiplayer no one can access. What's the point in having a great multiplayer if no one can play it? But no, I really enjoyed my time in this. If I was to be reviewing this, and I do want to kind of do like a little mini review, I enjoyed everything that I did in this game. It's super fun. I don't really have any super negatives about this. The only negative I could really pick on if I wanted to pick on something, and it did kind of bug me actually, but so we're gonna pick on this, okay? It's the only one thing I'm gonna say negatively about this. The only thing I don't like is the HUD, if I'm honest. I don't like having any kind of HUD posted onto my eyeballs. I've never been a fan of that. It's one of the things that killed the Iron Man game for me a little bit as well. If it was me personally, and this is just a suggestion, I would prefer to have like a hologram sort of pop up on my arms where I could just check it quickly as I'm flying and zipping, be like, okay, yeah. I get why they've done it, because it's going to be a lot easier to register what's going on straight away, just having it on your eyeballs like that. But for me personally, I just don't like having stuff in my face. But that is honestly the only critique I can really put on the game. Maybe an option to turn it on and off, or an option to have it here or here if you wanted it to. I think that would be a better option in my opinion. Other than that though, guys, I've got nothing negative to say about this. The gameplay is actually really solid. I enjoyed a lot of that, and the game modes are super fun as well. Like I said, it's one of those things that I had a lot of fun with just 2 people in there. If you'd filled those rooms up and we'd had the full teams of 5 on each side, it would have been chaos and fun at the same time. So yeah, make sure you go check this out. It is free, so you don't really have an excuse not to check this out. If you play Gorilla Tag and all those types of games, I would say definitely get in, give this a go, because I kind of feel like this could be the next thing to take over that sort of madness. I never fully understood the Gorilla Tag sort of hype, but then again, it's not really aimed towards me, Gorilla Tag, I guess. But yeah, this for me, I felt like it was a lot more fun, and I just enjoyed the game. So if you want to fly around like Iron Man with your friggin' jet hands and zip around like Spidey on webs, you kind of got both of the best worlds right there, plus a ton of fun game modes. So my review of this game would be, get it in your life. I mean, why wouldn't you? I feel like I've shown you everything I can show you now, between the gameplays, the quest footage, the PC footage, and we've had a good chinwag about the entirety of the game. So I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have enjoyed this and you found this helpful, please do smash like on the video, because it does really genuinely help. And of course, if you're new to the channel, then hit subscribe. Stay up to date on all the latest and greatest VR games coming your way, and VR news in general. I try and keep you guys kind of in the loop on everything from the Meta Quest to the PC VR to just anything VR. PSVR, VR. We don't cover cardboard VR yet, but maybe one day if there was enough interest. Anyway, thanks so much for joining me, guys. That's it from me. Have an awesome Crimbo. Have an awesome holiday. Go spend some time with your family. Whatever you celebrate, whatever you do, just go and enjoy it. Have a bit of time off, whatever it may be. Just go chill. Enjoy yourselves. Other than that, guys, I will catch you on the flip side. Roll!